Soccer fans, AFC Ann Arbor is live and on the air. Welcome to Pioneer High School. We are here at Hollway Field for the second to last USLW2 match, home match for the season, as it is your Ann Arbor Mighty Oak, AFC Ann Arbor Mighty Oak versus the Flint City Bucks. Tonight's match is presented by Bank of Ann Arbor. Bank of Ann Arbor has been the title sponsor of the club since the first season. It was Bank of Ann Arbor's increased investment that allowed the club to expand with the addition of the women's team in 2019. Thanks to their continued support, both our women's and men's teams receive equitable support across all facets of the organization. Thank you, Bank of Ann Arbor, for all you do for our club and all of Washtenaw County. As the founding member of the Anti-Racist Soccer Coalition, AFC Ann Arbor is leading the efforts to combat racism in our sport and community. Visit antiracistsoccerclub.com to read the club's entire 10-point plan and learn more about the coalition, which includes members such as Oakland Roots, Vermont Green FC, and Lansing Commons FC. With initiatives like the CLR Academy, a free youth sports sampling program promoting holistic, healthy living run by AFC Ann Arbor players, along with athletes from the University of Michigan and Eastern Michigan University. CLR Academy was created in partnership with Washtenaws My Brother's Keeper to better serve the young black and brown children across Washtenaw County. We appreciate you joining us here. Again, it's game time temperature looks to be just about 82 degrees out, blue sky, a few wispy clouds, and again, we have top of the table in the house as AFC Ann Arbor is going to try and take down the Flint City Bucks. If we take a look at the Great Lakes standing, Flint City up at the top, they played 8 matches. They have won 8, lost none, and tied 2. They have 26 points and a 2.6 points per match, which is the key indicator there. Midwest United has dropped down to number 2. They've played 14 matches, the most of any team. They have won 10, lost 3, had 1 draw, 31 points, and 2.2 points per match. Kalamazoo FC checks in at number 3. They've played 13 matches. They have 7 wins, 3 losses, 3 draws, 24 points, and 1.8 points per match, just a hundredth of a percentage above AFC Ann Arbor. AFC Ann Arbor checks in at number 4. They've played 11 matches, 6 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 20 points so far, and again, 1.8, just a slight percentage behind Kalamazoo FC. Oakland County comes in at number 5. They've played 9 matches. They have 3 wins, 6 losses, 9 points, and 1 point per match. Lansing City has played 11 matches, 2 wins, 5 losses, 4 draws, 10 points, and .91 points per match. Union FC Macomb has taken the 7th spot away from Michiana. They have 11 matches played, 2 wins, 9 losses, 6 points, and .55 points per match. Michiana checks in at the number 8 spot, 11 games played, no wins, 9 losses, 2 draws, so now they have 2 points and a .18 points per match. The next, let's take a look at the upcoming games here for the men's squad, and there's not much left as we are fast approaching the end of the season. You see, I left even today's game on there. So we have today's game. Then on Sunday, the men will be at Michiana. If you want to make a trip down to the South Bend area, that will be a 7 p.m. game if you want to wrap out your holiday weekend that way. And then July 12th, the final game of the season. That will be Friday, a home game here at Hollway Field as Lansing City will come in, and that match will be at 7 p.m. And again, that's the next home match, so we'll talk about that throughout, but if we pull it up, that is that Lansing City match that will be on the 12th at 7 p.m. So that is your last chance to see AFC Ann Arbor live, and remember, you can always pick up, you can order jerseys to be picked up at the stadium at a game or have them shipped to you. Those fantastic Diaza jerseys, we appreciate that out there. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let's talk a little bit about the 2 teams and where they're at. So AFC Ann Arbor, we know that they started off all the way back versus Union FC Macomb. They won that one 4-1. That was back on May 11th. They then fell to Midwest United 3-0 back on the 18th at Midwest United. They had to draw a 2-2 draw versus Kalamazoo here at Hollway Field back on May 22nd. They hosted Oakland and beat Oakland 1-0 on the 25th of May. It was a 0-0 draw on the 1st of June, hosting Michiana. They fell to this Flint City's Buck team back on June 5th. It was a 3-1 win in Flint at Atwood Stadium. Flint City the victor in that one. Then Ann Arbor visited, the Mighty Oak visited Oakland County. Oakland County fell in that one. Ann Arbor 1-0 win again. That was on the 9th of June. And then Ann Arbor played here at Hollway Field. That was on the 15th of June. They had a 3-0 win. They then visited Union FC Macomb. That was a 3-2 win by AFC Ann Arbor back on the 18th. On the 23rd of last month, they visited Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo ended up winning that one 2-1. And then the last match was over at Lansing City, so we get to play them in just a couple of those, 2 of the last 4 games. And AFC Ann Arbor beat Lansing City 5-3 in Lansing. If we take a look at that match detail, as that pulls up for me here, and we take a look for Ann Arbor, it was Mujica Garcia scoring on the 24th minute. Then Lima scored in the 34th minute, as well as the 43rd minute to make it to 3 goals. Soga picked up a yellow card. Asamoah scored in the 82nd minute. In the 90th minute, Duraction scored, and that is Duraction's 8th goal. So he leads all Ann Arbor scores there. On the other side, I did not practice any of these pronunciations, so forgive me. Dolabahu scored in the 16th minute for Lansing. Magahalis scored in the 20th minute. Dolapu scored in the 31st minute as well. So that was the last match. Taking a look at the Flint City Bucks. Oh, by the way, AFC Ann Arbor has 21 goals as the men's squad. The women's squad have 21 goals as well. So that's 252 trees earned thus far this season for the Ann Arbor Parks. And we hope to see a few more AFC Ann Arbor goals today to increase that number of trees. Back on the 18th of May, Flint City started off at Michiana. They won that one 2-1. They had a 1-0 win hosting Union FC Macomb. They had a 0-0 draw with Lansing City, that back on the 25th of May. On the 1st of June, they had a 3-3 draw versus Kalamazoo. They then beat, we talked about AFC Ann Arbor, they beat them at Flint 3-1. Then they beat Midwest United 2-0 back on the 8th of June. On the 15th of June, they went to Lansing City and beat Lansing City 3-0. They went to Midwest United back on the 19th of June, beat them 3-2. They hosted Oakland on the 22nd of June, beat them 4-1. And their last game was back on the 29th of June, 7:30 game at Atwood, and that was a 4-3 win over Kalamazoo by Flint City. If we take a look at the match details on that one and take a look at Flint here, it was Al Rashid scoring in the 5th minute. Then it was O'Hay scoring in the 8th minute. A yellow card to Pondeka and a yellow card to Fisher. Then it was a score by Mimi on the 88th minute. And Clapier scored in the 90th minute for the Flint City Bucks. Kalamazoo FC had a score as Innes scored in the 23rd minute. Mercer scored in the 45th minute. Yellow card to Innes, yellow card to Mercer. Owen Smith scored in the 42nd minute. So that's the match, the last match, Flint City Bucks winning there and keeping themselves up at the top of the table. As we said, they have 8 wins, no losses, 2 draws, so they have not had a loss as of yet. AFC Ann Arbor would love to hand them their first loss of the season, get a little revenge for the game back up in Flint City, and try and securely take that 3rd spot in the Great Lakes Division. We do want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. Did you know that if you buy a Kids Club membership from AFC Ann Arbor, the club will donate $5 from each purchase to the PTO Council? You can pick up Diaza. We want to thank Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. You can check out those new 2024 Diaza jerseys at the merch booth in youths, men's, and women's sizes, as well as order them online at afcannarbor.com. Wear the jersey the team wears. 3N1 Fitness, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out 3N1 Fitness on South Industrial next to Revel and Roll. Train where the team trains. Check them out at 3n1fit.com. Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor for their continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor is here to help. Wickfield Properties is the official housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Wickfield Properties for 9 years of support, housing the visiting players for AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and for all they do for the Ann Arbor community. Units Moving and Storage, the official storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Call Units Moving and Storage for your storage pod and moving needs. Visit unitsstorage.com. Destination Ann Arbor and the Ann Arbor Sports Commission, the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor supports our vibrant community by promoting Ann Arbor as a destination of choice for travelers. Check them out at annarbor.org. Soccer Shots, the youth training partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Visit the kids' play area hosted by our friends from Soccer Shots. And Ann Arbor with Kids, your go-to source for Ann Arbor family fun. Find fun activities, events, deals, and more family fun at AnnArborWithKids.com. And remember, for every single goal AFC Ann Arbor scores, the club will donate 3 trees, and DTE Energy will donate 3 trees, so 6 trees in all, to the Ann Arbor Parks for the bicentennial. As we said, both the men have 21 goals, the women have 21 goals, so 42 goals multiplied by 6, if I can do some basic math, is 252 trees. It's a small forest for the Ann Arbor Parks, and we are very, very grateful for all the work. Taking a look at the starters, we'll start off for Ann Arbor. Between the woodwork, it's going to be Maurice Moeller. Then starting, Lumage, wearing number 6, will be starting. Wearing number 8 is Barriguinha starting. Number 9, Martinez will be starting. Number 10, Soga. Number 11, Sowerby. Number 12, Durant. Number 13, Duraction. Number 20, Pearson. Number 21, Lima. Number 23, Mujica Garcia. The substitutes are Beresma, number 0. Number 2, Chartier. Number 14, Wilinski. Number 16, Gomez Ruiz. Number 22, Samoa. Number 7, Elder. And number 3, Niker. Over on the other side for the Flint City Bucks, starting number 5, Boishta. Number 6, O'Hay. Number 7, Pondeka. Number 8, Henry. Number 13, Tarelton. Number 18, Mimi. Number 19, Pickett. Number 21, Al Rashed. Number 23, Fisher. Number 28, Phillip. And number 31, Dreshiak. The substitutes are number 2, McLeod. Number 3, Hershey. Number 4, Lureau. Number 12, Blama. Number 20, Yerda. Number 22, Dalman. And number 32, Wright. Let's play just a little bit of music, and we will be right back with your starting lineups. We'll have the walkout, and we'll have throw it over to our public address announcer, and you'll be able to see those announced, and we'll get going shortly. You're watching AFC Ann Arbor, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. are getting ready for the walkout. AFC Ann Arbor is in their home kits with the white top with the Bank of Ann Arbor title sponsor logo on the front, little dark blue and white blue stripe across the middle, the light blue shorts, and the light blue socks. As Flint City Bucks are in their red kits, red top, red shorts, red socks. I believe the numbers are in yellow on the back. Everyone's facing me, but they do have a little bit of yellow across the colors, so they are looking a little bit like the Kansas City Chiefs colors there. As we're about to have everyone walk out, as now both squads walking towards the center of the pitch, as a little bit of a late arriving crowd. I know it's right before Independence Day tomorrow, so if you can come on and swing on down, you still got a little bit of time as we're just starting the festivities here. So come on out and check out the game before you travel or have folks over. Go find a fireworks show somewhere. We're hoping for some fireworks from the AFC Ann Arbor offense today to get your holiday week started off right. As both squads coming out, we'll turn it over to our public address announcer in a moment. Just trying to avoid any copyright issues with the music. Here we go.
Here are tonight's starters for the Bucks. Number 5, Jonas Boyshut. Number 6, Devin O'Hay. Number 7, Woody Mondeka. Number 8, Malik Henry. Number 13, Baraka Carlton. Number 18, Schneider Meany. Number 19, Brock Pickett. Number 21, Abdul Al-Rashed. Number 23, Landon Fisher. Number 28, Ty Phillip. And in goal, number 31, Jacob Crucial.
Is about to start off with the
now, let's meet the starters for your Mighty Up. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting your Mighty 11. Number 6, Romeo Lubaj. Number 8, Thiago Barguina. Number 9, Salvador Martinez. Number 10, Shion Soga. Number 11, Luke Sowerby. Number 12, Vianney Durant. Number 13, Andrew Durakjan. Number 20, Drew Pearson. Number 21, Antonio Lima. Number 23, Antonio Garcia. And in goal, number 1, Reese Muller. Your assistant coaches for AFC Ann Arbor are Granite Kashaj, Danny Dragoy, and Lucian Popescu. And your head coach for AFC Ann Arbor is Branislav.
As we are getting ready to go here, day before Independence Day. Again, lots of folks coming in now, so the crowd arriving just in time. We appreciate everyone joining us here and watching wherever you are at. Thank you very, very much. We appreciate that. Captains meeting right at midfield, right after they talk to the officials, as I believe that is Sowerby talking there. As soon as they're done with that, we'll have a picture of our Mighty 11. Yep, that's Sowerby over there talking with the officials, joined over there by Pondeka. Pondeka runs back over to his squad, over to the right. Sowerby joins for the picture of the Mighty 11, and Katie and Kathleen get that picture. We have the best ground crew in the business. Appreciate them. As Ann Arbor will be going from right to left here in this first half. And 82 degrees. It's gotten a little warmer. It was a little cooler the last couple days. Not a lot of wind today. The flag is just kind of slowly drifting out to the far side to the left. Shouldn't affect the game all that much. We hope we don't have any other inclement weather. We don't really have any dark clouds anywhere in sight, so we hope they stay away. Hope they stay away for your entire holiday celebrations. Ball set right in the center circle. Soga over on the near wing, direction. Ready to kick the ball away. Martinez over on the far wing. Joined over there with Duran. As we are about to get underway here.
Here we go.
Ball over, grabbed by Mujica Garcia. Sent all the way back over on the defensive side. Pearson has it on the near wing. Pearson fires it over on the near touchline over to Sowerby. Sowerby trying to feed it now, coming up the near wing. It's sent over. Soga lets it go. Coming ahead, Mujica Garcia has that knocked away. Picked up back over there by Henry. Here comes the Flint City Bucks racing in. Oh, hey, but that is offside. That ball will come back out. About 7 yards or so in the defensive third for Ann Arbor. Pearson fires it back over as Moeller has it in the 18. Flipped over on the far wing. As that's fed ahead back over there by Lumage. Ball grabbed by Flint City right in the middle third. Now that's sent all the way right back to Moeller in the 18. Here in the first minute. 0-0 so far. That's sent all the way over. Sowerby trying to get to it, trying to knock that away. Back over there was Henry, and blasted right into the middle third, but headed right back in by Pickett. Grab coming down the far wing is Al Rashed. That ball on the far touchline, then sent right back into the middle third. Controlled there by Flint. Pickett feeds it down the far touchline. Trying to race over, that sent into the far corner, looking for a cross, coming in as Pearson does a great job to head it out of the way. Collected top of the attacking third. Now moving over is Al Rashed. That ball into the 18 and blasted by Pearson all the way. That is almost going to make it to the Main Street field. That's going to be fun for someone to try and go get that ball. And it's going to be a throw-in on the far touchline. That ball played down there, trying to get it around there, Durand. Ball played right back onto the far touchline. Flint City trying to get across as that's popped up, and trying to get that was Henry, who tried to kick that back over his shoulder out the end line. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor. Here in the third minute, scoreless. Moeller will get it set at the 6 and ready to send it over to Pearson on the near wing. Pearson brings it up through the defensive third, blasted into the middle third. That slips back, picked up over there by Boysta. Boysta moves it, grabbed Pondeka. Back on the edge of the middle third, fires it all the way over onto the far wing, bringing it ahead back over there. Mimi puts it right at midfield, now trying to get away. Al Rashed down that far touchline. Al Rashed, that goes out. Throw in for Ann Arbor as Durant has it on the far touchline. Durant arcs it in, that headed right back, played down, trying to get to it as Mujica Garcia had it. That sent right to midfield. Now fed over by Sowerby. Sowerby gets it back on give and go. Fires it down onto the near wing. Picked up by Mujica Garcia. Mujica Garcia loses an edge. He comes towards the middle of the pitch. Gets it over to Soga. Soga arcs it into the 18, and that plucked up and grabbed back over there by Drishiak. Drishiak in the 18 has a hold of the ball. Drishiak asks all his players to go further down the pitch here in the 4th minute, scoreless so far here from Hollway Field. Right foot into it as that arc down the pitch, and they'll go right out the near touchline. Throw in for Ann Arbor. They'll be on the Flint side of midfield. Now Sowerby fires it all the way back. Picked up over there by Lumage. Lumage trying to bring it through the middle third. Lumage arcs it down the pitch, trying to get it back over to Lima. Stolen away. Here comes Flint City. Right through the middle third. They fire it down, trying to get to Henry. Henry back behind the defense. Henry, great job! As a fantastic job by Moeller, going down and grabbing it right off the feet of Henry. That ball top of the attacking third. Pickett with it. Pickett fires it down the far wing. Sent right back. Pickett lofts it all the way down, trying to head it, as that's another great save by Moeller, sticking his arm out and popping it away, as that was an excellent opportunity by O'Hay. And the hand of Moeller saving an early lead by the Flint City Bucks. Flint City has earned themselves a set piece here. You can tell a little quieter atmosphere without all the Northern Guard fans from Detroit City FC we had last Sunday. Good crowd from Flint City, but they're not quite as loud. That headed up by Ann Arbor, as that will come all the way back to the edge of the attacking third. Popped up back there by Fisher. Played down direction, trying to get to it. Now that's sent over on the near wing. Coming ahead with it, Mujica Garcia fires it all the way down. Grabbed on the edge and fired it. Trying to tight rope it down, but that went out the touchline. That will be a throw-in for Ann Arbor, as Soga will have it on the near touchline. Here in the 6th minute, still scoreless. Gets it over to Sowerby. Sowerby back to Soga. Soga back to Sowerby, just over midfield. Sowerby goes over midfield, sends it back over to his defense. Pearson has it there. Pearson back over to Moeller in the 18. Moeller back to Pearson on the near wing. Pearson brings it up the near side of the pitch. Pearson arcs it ahead, trying to get to Direction. Direction trying to run back past the defense. Getting in the way back there was Boysta. As Boysta doing a good job, he ends up down on the pitch. Good job by Direction to go and check on him, see if he's all right. That ball plucked up by Drisiak. As popping up, we appreciate Flint player not looks like Boysta is going to be all right. So we're very happy about that. Again, Drisiak asking everyone to get further down the pitch as he has it set right at the point of the foul. Back is defensive third. Direction trying to provide pressure. That comes all the way down on the far wing. Knocked down, now coming ahead with it. Here comes Ann Arbor trying to fire it into the 18 as that was popped up. As Martinez had a great job coming down the far wing. Now collected by the Bucks, then will go out the near touchline off of an Ann Arbor player. That will be a throw-in for Flint City. It's over on the near wing. That's going to be Fisher with the throw-in. Fisher trying to throw it down the pitch. That headed up right over midfield. Pearson trying to get to it. Pearson battling back there with Tarleton. And goes down and quick throw-in as it goes out the near touchline. Bucks trying to keep tempo as Sowerby feeds it ahead. Now racing ahead with it. Mujica Garcia trying to come up the near wing. Stolen away. Fired down on the far wing by Fisher. And brought ahead. Sent deep by Al-Rashid. And there's another save by Moeller, as that was a shot just at the near or far post, trying to sneak it in. Good job by Moeller to knock that away, but that's going to be another set piece here for Flint as they've kept the pressure on. Over to take the set piece is Boysta. So he'll take the corner in the far corner here in the 8th minute. Humid day out, not the hottest day we've had, but definitely humidity. All players are going to have to keep well hydrated. Boysta puts it up, headed by Pearson. Now popped up high by Direction. Now come all the way down and out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Flint City. Already in the attacking third is Fisher with the throw-in. Fisher waiting for all of his teammates to get where he wants them to. Now Fisher looking to his right, trying to get it down the pitch. Lofted down towards the end line, trying to turn on is Tarleton. Popped up high in the 18, trying to play it down now. That shot, good block back over there. Picked up, arced ahead by Henry. That all the way over onto the far wing and sent high over the crossbar. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor. Good defense back in there by Ann Arbor to take a opportunity away from Flint City. Ball quickly over on the near wing to Pearson. Pearson gets it to Sowerby. Sowerby trying to avoid heavy pressure back over there by Flint City. Now bringing it ahead. Here comes Barhiguinha. Barhiguinha moves it over. Lima. Lima gets it over midfield. That fired all the way down into the far corner. Martinez trying to get to it before it goes out the end line. Martinez has it looking for a cross. Martinez moves it back. That launched over into the 18. It headed out. Good play back there. Mujica Garcia gets it back onto the far wing, trying to feed it ahead for Martinez. Now that knocked away, coming into the middle third, spinning with it back over there is Al Rashed. Al Rashed gets it back. That chipped down on the far touch line. Fired right back over. Here comes Flint City racing ahead with it. Al Rashed gets over midfield, puts it down the far touchline and out. Throw in by Durand on that far touchline. Picked up back over there by Lamage. Lamage has it. Now Lamage trying to roll it ahead. Barhiguinha back over to Lamage. Lamage now on that far wing to Durand. Durand trying to fire it all the way over on the near wing. Bringing it up is Pearson. Pearson up the near side of the pitch. Pearson into the middle third. Pearson bringing it ahead. Pearson arcs it down. That got deflected as Flint fires it right back through the middle third. Knocked away ahead to Sowerby. Sowerby racing down the near touchline. Sowerby trying to get into the middle or into the attacking third. Now Soga with it, but they're going to say that it went out the touchline, and that will be a throw-in for the Flint City Bucks. Here in the 11th minute at Hollway Field, still scoreless 0-0. Fisher with the throw-in on the near touchline. Fisher still making some signals now, trying to get it ahead. That headed up by Sowerby, racing over, trying to get to it is Lima. That's sent back. Now Martinez heads it. Played down, moving over onto the near wing. Direction, or excuse me, that was Mujica Garcia who fires it all the way back to Moeller. Moeller in the 18, lifts it all the way down onto the far wing. Durant trying to hold it in on ahead. Picked up. Here comes Flint City, but a whistle, and that's going to be a throw-in on the far touchline. Now Rashed with the throw-in on the far touchline. Lofts it into the attacking third. That played down over there. Now trying to pick it up. Flint City right on the edge of the middle third. They send it all the way back to their defensive pairing. Fired over by Boista onto the far wing. Now right through the middle third over to Pickett. Pickett has control. Pickett on the far wing. Pickett trying to loft it into the attacking third. That's sent ahead by Durant. Now Martinez gets it back over Lamage. Lamage trying to avoid pressure. That played down, knocked down by Al Rashed. Out the far touchline. Durand with the quick throw-in down the far touchline here as we are in the 13th minute as racing down with it. Here comes Ann Arbor as Cross trying to get it as tumbled into the 18 and grabbed. That plucked up. Good opportunity. Racing down as Direction had an opportunity in the 18, and that's stolen away. Drishiak with an excellent save. That ball all the way down. Right in the Ann Arbor side of the middle third, trying to bring it ahead. Al Rashed. Ball sent back onto the defensive grouping. Now Pickett with it. Ball over onto the near wing. Stopping there is Boista. Boista feeds it over, and that to Pondeka. Pondeka brings it ahead. Now here comes Flint City trying to turn on it there. And launched all the way back, and that will go out. Both squads thinking it's theirs, and that will be a throw-in by Flint City. Mimi with the throw-in on the far touchline, as that will go right back out. Mimi again with the throw-in. That ball back over to Pondeka. Pondeka feeds it all the way back on their own side of midfield. That fired over by Boista down the far wing. Here comes Pondeka back over to Boista. Boista Right in the middle third, Boysta trying to launch it into the attacking third. That coming down the near touchline and out. That will be a throw-in for Ann Arbor, trying to find Henry streaking down the near wing. That ball brought ahead. Barhagina feeding it. That played off the body here of Direction. There's a whistle. There's going to be a push. And it's going to be a foul and a kick here for Ann Arbor. Soga has it just about 10 yards on the Flint side of midfield. That's sent all the way back, grabbing it. Fired over onto the far wing by Barhagina. Now all the way down into the far corner as that's popped over by Martinez. Just comes over onto the far wing just outside the 18. Direction with it there. Direction gets it back over to Mujica Garcia. Mujica Garcia has that knocked away. Good defense by Henry. Now down the near wing. That fired all the way back. Picked up by O'Hay. O'Hay feeds it and over to Rached. Now down on the far wing. Brought ahead. As racing all the way back to get it is Lumage. At offside. That ball will come over to Ann Arbor here in the 15th minute. Still scoreless here at Hollway Field. One more opportunity to see AFC Ann Arbor live. They will be at Michiana on Sunday if you want to go over there. But here at Hollway Field, the final game is the 12th at 7 p.m. versus Lansing City. We'd love to see you here. You still have some time to catch some pretty good football here tonight. But if you can, we'd love to see you out here for the final home game to cheer on. It's amazing how quickly this season goes and how much fun it has been thus far. Be even better if Ann Arbor can get a bit of a lead here. Still down being worked on. One of the Flint players down along the end line. He's getting his left leg stretched out. We're going to hope that it's nothing serious and it's just cramping or something of that nature. But again, we'll leave all that to the trainers to give treatment. Again, it is a warm, humid day out. And we do want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors, including Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out the new 2024 jerseys available at the merch booth in youths, men's and women's sizes. Wear the jersey the team wears. 3-in-1 Fitness is the official fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out 3-in-1 Fitness on South Industrial next to Revel and Roll. Train where the team trains. Check them out at 3n1fit.com. Excellent job getting up over there. Good round of applause by the fans. Always love that sportsmanship as trying to get that stretched out back there is O'Hay. Also want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor, the title sponsor of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor for their continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor helps. Here in the 17th minute, still scoreless. Ball back in the 18, Moeller heading back. As O'Hay comes off the pitch, we hope he'll be all right. But looks like there is a substitution coming in for O'Hay. See if I can get a number as soon as he turns his back to me. So it looks like Dolman, number 22, coming in for number 6, O'Hay. As now the ball over onto the near wing, bringing it ahead. Here comes Pearson. Pearson through the middle third. Pearson over. Now coming ahead, Mujica Garcia right on the near touchline. Mujica Garcia. He's dispossessed, racing ahead. Mujica Garcia trying to get it away from Henry. Henry blasts it ahead into the attacking third, coming down on the near wing. Henry fires it all the way across, grabbing it, racing over. Al Rached. Al Rached puts it on the far side of the 18, trying to pull that away. That fired all the way back, chipped ahead into the 18, played down, and that goes over the crossbar. As a shot there, as down in the 18 was Henry trying to fire that. Henry still down on his back in the, he's inside the 6 there. But that chipped and went over the crossbar. Another really good opportunity for Flint. And Ann Arbor so far keeping it 0-0. Henry trying to slowly get up. The trainers haven't come over as of yet to provide any treatment. Henry gets up on his own accord. We're happy to see that as, again, a good round of applause for the injured player getting up. We appreciate that. Always good sportsmanship. And ball set on the 6 now, ready to kick it away. Over to Pearson on the near wing. Pearson brings it up in the defensive third. Over to Sowerby. Sowerby. And will go out the near touchline. That's going to be a throw in here by Henry in the attacking third. I'll actually leave it over to Fisher. Fisher looking down the pitch. Fisher trying to loft it over. That popped all the way back. Now Dolman with it. Dolman has that knocked away, trying to get it out. Al Rashed comes all the way back top of the attacking third. Picked up back over onto the far wing. Racing ahead with it is Mimi. Mimi puts it on the far touchline, then gets it back. Mimi bringing it down the far side of the pitch, right on the far touchline. Battle for it there. Poked away. Now setting it up is Pickett. Coming down as Barhigini trying to pull that away. Now fired by Tarleton. And launched and off the crossbar. As that went and hit the crossbar and came straight down on an angle, and it's going to be out. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor. Boy, a couple centimeters down, and Flint would have opened up the scoring on that one. Again, quickly over to Pearson. Pearson brings it up the near side of the defensive third. Pearson trying to fire it over. That intercepted by Flint City. Now coming down on the near wing. Here comes Henry. Henry trying to keep it in. Fires it all the way across. That will come all the way down onto the far wing. Phillip with it there. Phillip on the far touchline moves it over to Al Rashed. Back, play down, top of the attacking third. Now fed back into the middle third. Flint City arcs it all the way into the near corner as Sowerby will let that go out the end line. That will be a goal kick for Ann Arbor here in the 21st minute. Scoreless so far here at Hollway Field. As the Main Street hooligans letting their voices be heard. Moeller back, ready to send this one away as everyone goes down further down the pitch. Moeller, line drive kick down, and that'll go out the near touchline. That is going to be a throw-in for Flint City as Fisher will have it just outside the attacking third in the middle third. Fisher looking down the right-hand side. Fisher trying to play it over, gets it back, now firing it all the way down. Offside, the call. That is going to be Ann Arbor's ball. Where they had the flag listed as offside, but that's okay. That headed up. Play down by Lima, now trying to come ahead. Mujica Garcia back to Lima. Intercepted. Here comes Flint down the near touchline. Trying to fire it ahead was Pickett. Played down right to midfield as Lima firing it ahead. Here comes Direction. Direction down the near wing. And offside, the call. The official had a better view of it than I did. Offside, just inside the defensive third for Flint. Bucks ready to send this ball away as Boysta feeds it over to Pondeka. Pondeka over onto the far wing, back to Pondeka. Pondeka inside his defensive third, back over to Boysta. Boysta on the near side of the pitch. Boysta rockets it all the way into the middle third, trying to pick it up out there. Al Rashed launches it down onto the far wing inside the attacking third. Played there, trying to bring it ahead. Flint and get in front and challenge is Martinez. The ball over onto the near wing, grabbed by Henry. Henry comes back out towards the top of the attacking third. Played right back over to Tarleton. Tarleton back into the middle third. Now down the near wing, trying to launch it over was Boysta. Popped up high. Soga heads it back into the middle third. Played over to Mujica Garcia. Mujica Garcia chips it towards midfield. Here comes Soga. Soga coming down the middle third. Soga over onto the far wing. Gets it over to Martinez. Martinez in the attacking third. Martinez back to Soga. Soga back to Martinez on the far wing. Martinez puts it on the far touchline. Now that rocketed, centered as there's a cross. Martinez trying to get to it in the far corner, but that control back over there by Mimi. Mimi and back, and they'll go out the end line. Goal kick here for Flint City as we're in the 24th minute. Still scoreless from Hollway Field.
We'd like to thank our title sponsor, the Bank of Ann Arbor, for their continued support.
Has the ball set, ready to fire it away. We do want to thank Wickfield Properties, the housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We thank Wickfield Properties for 9 years of support. Housing the visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. Pondeka has it over onto the far wing, fires it on the far touchline. Pondeka gets it back, flips that over to Tarleton. Tarleton back to Pondeka, now over onto the near wing. And grabbed by Boysta. Boysta comes to the center of the pitch, back over to Pondeka. Pondeka over onto the far wing, grabbed there by Flint City. Back over to Pondeka, just inside his own defensive third. Now over onto the near wing to Boysta. Boysta on the near touchline, grabbed by Fisher. Fisher back over to Boysta's. Mujica Garcia and Direction trying to provide pressure. Ball over onto the far touchline. Lima over to challenge. Back over to Pondeka. Pondeka through the middle third. Launches it all the way back. That will roll all the way down. And good job by Pearson keeping that. Pearson bringing it down the far touchline. Pearson fires it all the way down. That's going to be headed back right to midfield. Picked up. Poked over, now launched ahead. Here comes down the near wing. Mujica Garcia into the attacking third. Mujica Garcia dribbles to his right, trying to get some room. Fires it. Oh, that knocked away. Good defense back over there. I believe that was Boysta to get his foot in the way. Here comes Martinez, who goes down to the pitch. No whistle, much to the Ann Arbor fans' dismay. That launched into the defensive third for Ann Arbor. Grabbed there as Moeller will pick it up and roll it right over as Lumage has it there. Lamage trying to bring it up the far side of the pitch. Lamage now arcs it into the attacking third. Direction trying to race back to get it. Direction heads in. Direction trying to get it before it goes out the end line, as that will be plucked up back there by Drisiak. Drisiak has it on the edge of the 18. Now rolls it over and plucked up there. Moved ahead to Pickett. Pickett down the near touchline, bringing ahead is Fisher. Fisher. Challenge there by Mujica Garcia. It's right out the near touchline. Fisher with the throw-in, gets it all the way back over to Boysta. Boysta. Over to Pondeka. Pondeka feeds it down on that far touchline. Brought ahead, now grabbed on the far touchline, trying to knock that away was Duran, picking it up, firing it ahead is fired all the way down on the far touchline, cross and out the end line. That is going to be a corner. Here in the 27th minute, still scoreless. Big set piece here for Flint. Over to take the corner in the far corner is Boysta. Boysta gets it set. Gets the ball right where he wants. Now steps back, gets a little room to work. Boysta raises his right arm. Arcs it into the 18, headed out. I believe that was Lima who got a good head on it all the way over. Now Phillip with it. Phillip trying to feed it down the far touchline. There's a cross, headed out. Good job back over there by Barraguinha. Another cross here for Flint City. Now Sowerby trying to get it out of there. Good challenge back there by Mujica Garcia. That one on Tarleton. That ball all the way out into the middle third. Here comes Martinez. Martinez trying to launch it ahead to Direction and back into the defensive third, but they're going to let that roll right over to Drisiak. Drisiak over to Pondeka. Pondeka on the far touchline. Controlled back over to Tarleton. Tarleton back on the far touchline. Back over to Pondeka. Pondeka in his own defensive third. Moves it over on the near wing to Boysta. Boysta back to Pondeka. Here in the 28th minute. Still scoreless here at Hollway Field. Appreciate you watching day before Independence Day here. Ball over, picked up by Boysta. Boysta moves it over to Fisher. Fisher on the near touchline. Fisher moving to Garcia over to challenge. Pulled down by Soga. Soga up the near touchline. Soga trying to avoid pressure from behind. That goes out the near touchline. Throw it for Ann Arbor is Soga will grab it here just on the edge of the middle third, looking to throw it into the attacking third. Soga looking for an opportunity, launches it all the way down. Played down, trying to turn on it. Direction trying to feed it to Mujica Garcia. Mujica Garcia on the edge of the 18. That fired all the way back into the middle third. Picked up there. Flint City on a give and go, racing ahead with it. Here comes, coming down on the near wing is Al Rashad. Al Rashad cuts across to the center, trying to fire it over. That ball is grabbed by Moeller. As Al Rashad got it to Dolman. Dolman deep in the 18. But again, a great job by Moeller to knock that away. Throws it over to Lima on the far wing. Lima trying to get out of his own defensive third. Back over to Lumage. Lumage to Durant. Back to Lumage. And I'll go over to Moeller. Moeller arcs it ahead into the middle third. Here comes Sowerby. Sowerby trying to get it over. Picked up by Mujica Garcia. He feeds it back over to Soga. Soga coming down the middle third. Soga launches it down. Here comes Sowerby down on the near wing. Sowerby looking for a cross. Sowerby gets it over to Direction. Direction fires it across and going. Fired and in. And that's a goal. AFC Ann Arbor puts it in as Mujica Garcia gets it all the way across. And Lima opens up the scoring for AFC Ann Arbor here in the 30th minute. 30th minute, a score by Ann Arbor. Lima putting it in as a good job keeping with it, battling on the near wing, then finding Lima over on the far wing to put in a wide angle shot. Flint has had some opportunities early, but Ann Arbor gets the opening tally of this match. Great teamwork in the attacking third led to that goal. 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Looks like we're going to have a hydration break here. Again, it is very humid, 81 degrees now. We've dropped a whole degree, but again, it's humid, so trying to keep these players well hydrated. We've already had a couple players down. We hope it was just cramping and no one severely injured. I want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and for all they do for the Ann Arbor community. Units Moving and Storage is the official storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Call Units Moving and Storage for your storage pod and moving needs. Visit unitstorage.com. Destination Ann Arbor and the Ann Arbor Sports Commission is the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor supports our vibrant community by promoting Ann Arbor as a destination of choice for travelers. Check them out at annarbor.org. Soccer Shots, the youth training partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Visit the kids' play area at any home game hosted by our friends from Soccer Shots. And Ann Arbor with Kids, your go-to source for Ann Arbor family fun. Find fun activities, events, deals, and more family fun at annarborwithkids.com. Ball set right in the center circle, ready to get underway. Flint has it there, 1-0 Ann Arbor with the opening salvo of the game. We don't have anyone over on the visitor stands. We do have a number of visitors over right in front of us. We have a really solid crowd in here today. Good, lots of folks over to the stands in our left. Lots of Ann Arbor fans starting off their Independence Day celebration with a little bit of the Mighty Oak here. Dolman gets things set, moves back over, now grabbing it. Pondeka moves it over to Boysta. Boysta up the near side of the pitch. Boysta arcs it into the attacking third, played down, trying to pull it back over. Henry, good job by Sowerby to dispossess him. Now that fired up right into midfield, bringing it ahead. Lima trying to arc it down the near wing. That grab, here comes Direction. Direction coming ahead. Direction moves over to Mujica Garcia. Mujica Garcia trying to get across. That deflected back. Mujica Garcia trying to fire it ahead. Soga races down just at the top of the attacking third. Soga arcing it ahead. Grabbed, here comes, as that's knocked away from Lima. Lima looking for a brace there. Good defense, I believe that was Pondeka who knocked it away. Throw in. Interesting. Throw in by Flint City. It's Fisher with the throw in. Fisher lofts it up. Sarby trying to get to it. Then sent back into the middle third. Put back over by Dahlman. Now fed ahead. Dahlman moves it right back over to Tarleton. Tarleton has it onto the far wing. Gets it back over to Pondeka. Pondeka lofts that. Coming down into the attacking third. Henry with it there. Henry comes towards the center of the pitch. Henry trying to get that through. And will be plucked up and grabbed by Moeller. Moeller. Some really, really good work in the 18 already by Moeller. 34th minute. 1-0. Ann Arbor with the lead. Pearson has it on the near wing. Pearson arcs it ahead. Played down. Trying to get it. Chipped over. Direction trying to grab that. Knocked away by Boysta. Boysta getting it over her. Now Tarleton puts it into the attacking third. Knocked away. Good job by Martinez to poke it away. That will be a throw-in as Mimi has it on the far touchline. Mimi looks to his left, now his right. Trying to get it over to Al Rashed. Al Rashed knocked away. That'll be a throw-in by Duran now for Ann Arbor. He sends that into the middle third, trying to get it over to Lima. Headed back. Lima plays off the body. Lima fires it ahead. Lima racing, trying to get to it before the defenders, but they fire it into the 18. Grabbed there by Drisiak. Drisiak. Now over to Pondeka. Pondeka. Up the far side of the pitch. Pondeka. Over on that far touchline. Then Pondeka gets it back. Feeds it right towards the center of the pitch. That over to Boysta. Boysta. Over to Fisher. Fisher. Up the near touchline. Fisher. Back over to Boysta. Boysta. Across the pitch. Over to Pondeka. Pondeka. Comes up the pitch into the middle third. Puts it on the far touchline. Now trying to bring that. Feeding that ahead. Battle for it. It's launched down the far touchline. Flint. Back over to Pondeka. Pondeka. Arcs it across. Grabbed by Boysta. Boysta into the middle third. Boysta. Now launches it into the attacking third, trying to get to Henry. Sowerby back over to mark him. Now Henry gets it back on a give and go ball over onto the near wing. That chipped and out the near touchline throw in by Flint City as that moved over. Dolman trying to fire it. That goes out the end line, but that will be a corner. So Flint battles and gets another set piece here in the 36th minute. 1-0, Ann Arbor with the lead. Flint trying to get this game level. Al Rashed in to take this corner. Al Rashed steps back, gets a little room to work. Raises his right hand, left foot into it, headed up by Ann Arbor. Comes all the way back out, top of the attacking third. Now that ball sent right onto the near touchline. Al Rashed with it. Al Rashed trying to get across. Fires it. That popped up in the 18. Pearson heading it over. Now Sowerby kicks it all the way down. Picked up by Martinez. Martinez coming down into the middle third. Martinez trying to battle through traffic. He has that ball knocked away. Coming ahead with it. Fisher. Fisher into the attacking third. Fisher trying to feed it down onto the far wing. Brought ahead with it. And played back over. Battle with it is Duran trying to knock that away, and that is going to be a penalty in the 18. Duran can't believe it. As the official pointed to the spot, and we will have a penalty here. Here in the 37th minute.
Check them out at AnnArbor.org.
Phillip to take the penalty kick. Looking for a huge save from Moeller here. He's been good, but definitely at a disadvantage at this moment. Phillip back, ready to go. Phillip, right foot into it and puts it in, and we're knotted up at one apiece on the penalty. Body-to-body contact as the ball looked like it was going out the end line, and that is a Flint goal here in the 38th minute. As a number of the Flint fans wave some flags out here, and they do have a nice pride flag. We appreciate that. That's awesome. Just finished Pride Month, but we appreciate the support of marginalized communities. Just wish it wasn't flying due to a Flint City goal. 1-1. Game is all leveled here. Ann Arbor getting the opening goal by Lima in the 30th minute. In the 38th minute, It was a penalty kick by Phillip that got this game all leveled up at 1-1. Here it comes. Pearson. Pearson moves it over to Lamage. Lamage trying to race up, trying to avoid Dahlman. Lamage puts it over onto the far touchline. Now Duran gets it right back into the 18. Over to Moeller. Moeller here in the 39th minute. Moeller over to Pearson. Pearson brings it up the pitch over onto the near wing. Pearson into the middle third. Pearson trying to fire it ahead. That headed back right into the middle third. Played down off the body. Now moving. That knocked right back by Henry. Picked up by Barragina and down, grabbing his right leg. I believe that's Lima who ended up going down to the pitch. Lima is Ann Arbor player in some pain. Here in the 48th minute, trainer coming out. Again, the Ann Arbor player continues to have issues in grabbing his right leg that they're taking a look at. The Ann Arbor player will get some treatment here. Again, game leveled at 1 apiece here in the 40th minute. Trainer continues to work on that field. Number of Ann Arbor players gathered around, as well as one of the Flint players. Making sure the Ann Arbor player is okay. Now sitting up. And one more opportunity after this to see AFC Ann Arbor at home. That's going to be on the 12th. That's going to be not this Friday, but next Friday as getting up. Good round of applause by both fan bases. Really love good sportsmanship. And that is Lima, who is very gingerly walking towards the side of the pitch. It was that right leg he was holding. Lima, who was scored the opening goal in this contest. So here, heading towards the 42nd minute, we should have a really good amount of stoppage time here, as unfortunately there's been a couple players down throughout the first half. Looks like Barragina ready to get things going. Barragina chips it all the way down into the far corner. Trying to get it is Duran. That's sent over, now knocked down and played out the far touchline. That is going to be Flint's throw-in. That's Tarleton who's going to do a throw-in. That ball over, headed up now, sent right back into the 18. Played down there by Drisiak. Drisiak over onto the near wing to Fisher. Fisher on the near side of the pitch is defensive third. Fisher moves it all the way over to Pondeka. Pondeka up the middle of the pitch, puts it on the far touchline. Flint trying to get it out of their own defensive third here as we are headed into the 43rd minute. That blasted all the way down, knocked away from Henry. Good job by Sowerby. Sowerby racing down, gets it. Sowerby coming up, trying to fire it over to Dirac. Jim played down. Here comes Flint City as that's fired, moving it ahead. Al Rashid puts it down the far touchline, now racing with it. Here comes Flint looking to get across. That launched, and that one just a little high, as that was Phillip who scored the penalty kick, and that one sailed on him a bit. That will be a goal kick. So we are here in the 43rd minute. Game all level, 1-1. Now over to Lamage. Lamage up the far side of the pitch, trying to avoid pressure by Dahlman. Lamage over to Barragina, back to Lamage. Lamage over to Barragina. Barragina gets it into the middle third. That's stolen away. Here comes Flint City, right back into the attacking third. Picking up down to that far side is Pickett. Pickett down the far touchline. Here comes a cross, and that's going to be offside. Here in the 44th minute, Ann Arbor will have the ball and will send it away. Now ball over. Soga puts it back in the 18. Now Reese Moeller trying to get it over to Sowerby, down onto the near wing. Sowerby in the middle third. Sowerby heads towards the center of the pitch. Sowerby gets it back over to Soga. Soga racing. Soga lofts it all the way down. That picked up, coming ahead with it. Here comes Mujica Garcia. Mujica Garcia trying to get it over to Duran, and that fired out the far touchline. Excuse me, that's Lima. Good to see Lima back in. Over to Duran. Lima with it. Lima coming across. Lima trying to get across. That knocked away all the way back onto the edge of the middle third. Over to Sowerby. Sowerby up the near wing. Sowerby gets it right back. Soga feeds it over to Pearson. Pearson up the pitch. Pearson now down on the near touchline, over to Sowerby. Sowerby keeps it in. Sowerby trying to rocket it over to Direction. And ball right back into the middle third. Trying to turn on it. The ball fired right off of Sowerby and then out the near touchline. Throw in by Fisher here as we are just about 30 seconds away from stoppage time. 1-1 is our score. Ball lifted over, headed up, playing it down is Pearson. Pearson trying to avoid Henry. Pearson gets it over. That ball, grab, Moeller launches it down back into the middle third. Played down, trying to get to it. Over on that far wing was Mimi. Mimi sends it right back over to Pondeka. Pondeka. That ball right. Now played down, moved over by Boysta, back over to Pondeka. Pondeka. Over to Tarleton. Tarleton puts it on the far touchline. Back over to Pondeka. 5 minutes of stoppage time here. And ball right in the middle third, trying to feed it ahead was Al Rashid. Coming down, now lofted over, trying to pick it up is Pickett. Pickett puts it on the far touchline. Grab there. Again, we are in 5 minutes of stoppage time. Ball lifted, trying to get it is Dahlman. Grab there by Moeller. Moeller all the way over onto the near wing, over to Sowerby. About 30 seconds into stoppage time here. Sowerby on the near wing. Sowerby, Henry trying to provide some pressure on him. Ball back over, picked up by Lumage. Lumage back over to Sowerby, right on the center of the pitch in his own defensive third. Sowerby into the middle third. Sowerby trying to get around Henry. That fed ahead. Barhigina over. Now Direction gets it down. Here comes Duran. Duran coming down the far side of the pitch. Duran gets across, trying to move it over to Martinez, but that knocked away. The ball popped up high. Trying to get to it is Tarleton. Back into the middle third. Played down by Soga. Soga over to Sowerby. Sowerby coming ahead with it. Sowerby, we're about a minute in as that's fired as Mujica Garcia coming in, and an amazing save back there by Drashia. And ball out the near touchline. Throw in as they'll have him throw it in again. There's a little confusion in the ball there. Oh, there's a Flint player down. So we're about a minute and a half into stoppage time on at least 5 minutes of stoppage time. Continue to have some players down. It'll be more. 1-1 is the score. Sowerby on the near touchline. Back over to Pearson in the middle third. Pearson over to Soga. Soga now trying to avoid pressure by Tarleton. Over to Pearson. Pearson up the near side of the pitch. Pearson rockets it. Coming down on the near touchline. Lima with it. Lima deep into the attacking third. Lima looking for a cross. Lima trying to head up the pitch. Now Lima makes a nifty move. Oh, and trying to get it over to Direction out the end line. It goes out the end line. That is going to be a corner for Ann Arbor, so they earn themselves a set piece here. Again, we're about 2.5 minutes into 5 minutes of stoppage time. As a quick, short kick moves over. Here comes Lima. Lima lofts it, and that one goes a little wide to the far side. Wouldn't curve quite as much as he expected. There's going to be a goal kick by Durishiak. At minimum, probably about 2 more minutes of stoppage time. Ann Arbor with some good pressure there, but Flint has it, bringing it ahead. Boysta. Down to Fisher on the near touchline, all the way across, over to Pondeka up the center of the pitch. Pondeka trying to split between a pair of attackers for Ann Arbor. That rolled over to Pickett. Again, top of the defensive third. That rolled all the way over to Pondeka races into the middle third. Pondeka puts it down onto the far touchline. Pull back over, right back to Pondeka. Now lofted high as Sowerby chases it back. Let's be grabbed by Moeller. Probably at least another minute 20 seconds here. In stoppage time, Sowerby over to Lamage. Back over to Sowerby. Trying to avoid pressure back there by Dahlman. Grabbed by Moeller in the 18. Moeller moves it over. At least 1 more minute of stoppage time. Lamage launches it, trying to get it down to Martinez. That headed right back into the middle third. Battle for it there. Played back over as Pondeka with it. Chipped right back over to Boysta. Back over to Pondeka. At least 45 more seconds left here of stoppage time, if not more. Boysta right on the near touchline over to Fisher, just inside the middle third, back into the defensive third, over to Boysta. Over onto the far wing, over to Pondeka. Gets into the middle third. Pondeka again puts it right on that far touchline. Martinez trying to challenge. That brought ahead with it, coming with it as Tarleton puts it into the attacking third, coming in as that ball across, and that fired by Pearson out the far touchline. At minimum 10 more seconds of stoppage time. Opportunity here for Flint as they fire it into the 18. That's picked up. And that will do it for the first half. At the end of one, it's 1-1 as we are all level. Here, let's step away, play a little bit of music, and then we'll see if we can get some USL 2 scores for you. Here at the end of the first half, it is 1-1. We are level here at Hollway Field. It is 1-1 here at halftime. All level up between AFC and Arbor and top of the table, Flint City Bucks. Let's take a look at the scoreboard report going back to the 30th as it was Project 510 with the 3-1 win over the San Francisco Glens. It was Vermont Green FC with the 3-1 win or 3-0 win over Pathfinder FC. It was 1-0 Swan City over Weston FC. The Marion FC Legends had a 2-1 win over Academia FC. It was 3-0 win by the Long Island Rough Riders over the Cedar Stars Academy. It was 2-2 draw between Ballard FC and Capital FC. It was a 1-1 draw between Manhattan FC and FC Motown STA. The Tacoma Stars had a 3-2 win over Mid Lakes United. It was a 1-1 draw between the Hill County Lobos and the AC Houston Sur. 5-0 win by Albion SC Colorado over Colorado International. It was a 5-1 win by Ventura County Fusion over Arizona Arsenal. 2-1 win by Monterey Bay FC over Davis Legacy. On the first, it was a 3-2 win by Miami AC over St. Petersburg FC. Seacoast United had a 3-0 win over BlackRock FC. It was Tennessee SC over Birmingham Legion 3-1. Midwest United had a 3-1 win over Michiana. It was 1-1 between Salt City SC and New Mexico United. The Albany Rush and AC Connecticut had a 1-1 draw. It was on the second 4-2 win by the AHFC Royals over the Hill County Lobos. The Boston Bolts had a 5-1 win over Boston City FC. It was a 2-2 draw between the Charlotte Eagles and the South Carolina United. It was a 2-2 draw between FC Buffalo and the Cleveland Forest FC. Hattiesburg FC had a 1-0 win over Blue Goose SC. It was Toledo Villa with a 1-1 draw with Kings Hammer FC. A 2-1 the Des Moines Menace over St. Charles FC. And taking a look to see if there are any scores as of yet, or any remaining scores from yesterday. A couple additional scores here. It was 1-0 United PDX over FC Olympia. 2-1 Utah United over Utah Avalanche. 4-0 Asheville City over Athens United. It was 4-1 Peoria City over Chicago City. A 1-1 draw between Twin City Toucans and Houston FC. It was 4-1 the Westchester United over the LVU Rush. It was a 2-2 draw between East Atlanta and the Southern Soccer Academy. Action today reported Western Mass Pioneers with a 1-0 win over BlackRock. And nothing else out there as of yet. That is your scoreboard report here. We do want to think it is 1-1. Game all leveled here. There is one more home game happening as that will be the 12th, June 12th at 7 p.m. here as Lansing City football come in to take on AFC Ann Arbor. They do have one remaining home game between now, or away game between now and then. That is going to be on Sunday over at Michiana. You can finish off the weekend with a 7 p.m. game over at Michiana. So after this game, two more left for AFC Ann Arbor, one home game. So make sure you come on out. Let's play a little bit more music, and we will be right back in about 4.5 minutes with your second half action. You're watching AFC Ann Arbor, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. teams are back out onto the pitch getting warmed up. Ann Arbor going from left to right here in the second half. And we thank you for joining us, kicking off your, hopefully your holiday weekend. Hopefully you have a couple days off before the weekend, and we're very grateful for you joining us today. An excellent crowd in here. We're very grateful for all the folks who have come out. And if you want to see a AFC Ann Arbor home game, one chance left. That is on the 12th versus Lansing City. So come on out. We'd love to see you here. Give a wave up to the press box when you come. We appreciate it. Dahlman ready to get things set. All level at one apiece. Now that'll be Al Rashid, who will come over to kick things away. Lama over on the near wing. That's a substitution for Flint City. 45 minutes up on the clock. The official talking to one of the Flint City players. It's McLeod who is out there. Now McLeod heads back over to the bench. Looks like he might be getting some quick treatment or something, as he doesn't have the sub bib on, so I assume that is another substitution, bringing in McLeod in. See if we can get the official substitutions, as the fantastic public address announcer will announce them coming up. 1-1 here at Hollway Field, and we are underway as that ball back over to Pondeka. Pondeka wafting it all the way down the far touchline. That headed up by Pearson, played down. Now sent up again right at the edge of the defensive third there for Ann Arbor. Headed up by Soga, now coming down. Battle for it as Barhigina trying to get to it. It's going to be a whistle, and that will be a foul. Ann Arbor will kick that ball away. Here in the 46th minute, 1-1 is our score. That ball all the way towards midfield. Played down over on the near side by Chartier. Chartier to move it ahead. That goes out the near touchline. Chartier and Duran over on the near side, as that will be a throw in here by Mimi. Mimi trying to get it in. Play back to Mimi on the near touchline. Trying to get across. Good challenge there by Soga. Now that moved over right over to Al Rashid. Ball wafted back, but that's going to be Ann Arbor's ball out the near touchline. Duran with the throw in. Duran. And headed up. Here's the substitutions. Tarleton in. Tarleton out. Corral in. Phillip got replaced by Lama. McLeod replaced Boysta. The ball all the way. Throw in on the far touchline as Flint has it there. Throw in by Fisher. Pop right back into the middle third. Lima trying to challenge that ball right towards the middle of the pitch. Played back over, grabbing it. Sent ahead by Chartier. Now racing all the way back. Direction trying to get to it, but that fired by Pondeka back into the 18.
And halftime substitution for
over, fired over, as that is McLeod.
Salvador Martinez is number 2, Tom Chartier.
So Chartier comes in for Martinez. Ball down over, racing head, put down on the near touchline by Mimi. Mimi feeds it back, then gets it. As that was from Pondeka. Launched over by Al Rashid. That ball all the way down on the far touchline. Lifted right back over to McLeod. McLeod now over to Pondeka. Pondeka races up the center of the pitch. Pondeka Puts it right at midfield, right over to Mimi. Mimi trying to race between a pair of defenders. Launch right back over to Pondeka. Pondeka chips it all the way down, trying to get it into the far corner. Sowerby heads it. That goes out the far touchline. Throw in there. Fisher with the quick throw in. Over to Dahlman. Dahlman puts it over onto the far touchline. Henry with it. Now trying to come forward. Pearson launches it all the way down. That into the opposing stands. That'll be a throw-in for Flint City on the far touchline here in the 49th minute. 1-1 is the score. Throw in by Flint City. That popped up high. Now trying to get it out of the 18, and that will go out the far touchline. Another throw in here for Flint City. Fisher calling out signals. Fisher trying to get it in. That ball sent all the way back top of the attacking zone. That ball down, and that is going to be a penalty. As Leroux as Henry had a couple opportunities in the first half. Here is a free kick in a definite place of menace. You get about 15 yards inside of the attacking third. As to take this, Al Rashid in to take it. Also back over there, Leroux. Al Rashid there, and that grab by Moeller. Moeller comes out to the edge of the 18 here in the 50th minute. And ball rolled over, grabbed by Lamage. Lamage trying to feed it ahead. Here comes Pearson. Pearson racing up the middle of the pitch, or Barhigini, excuse me. Knocked down over onto the far touchline and out. That will be a throw in by Arbor. Soga with the throw in. Sowerby back to Soga. Soga on the far touchline. Back to Pearson. Pearson gets it all the way into the 18 for Moeller. Moeller launches it down. Duran has it on the near touchline, trying to feed it ahead. Picked up here by Chartier. Chartier back over. Duran trying to feed it. Lima racing over, but that grab by Pondeka. Pondeka back over on the near touchline. Board Pickett. Pickett back over to Pondeka. Pondeka feeds it over to McLeod. McLeod center of the pitch in the defensive third. Back to Pondeka. Now on the near touchline, Pickett. Pickett arcs it ahead into the attacking third, racing over to get it, trying to grab it as that's knocked away. Great defense by Pearson is racing down. Al Rashid, and Pearson racing over and blasting that, able to get a foot on the ball before other contact, and that's going to be a corner here for Flint, but they perfectly timed that long pass. See if I can get a number. I believe that's going to be Al Rashid to take this corner, and indeed it is. It's going to get things set up here in the 52nd minute. All level. Flint trying to take the lead on this set piece. Right hand raised, left foot into it, headed back. That goes out the 18 over to the far side. Soga trying to get to it. Henry battling him there. That chipped out into the middle third. Back over to grab it is Fisher. Fisher fires it back into the attacking third. Played down by Soga. Soga ahead down that far touchline. Picked up by Flint. Moved over to by Pickett. Pickett launches it right back down the near wing. Good job trying to stay in the way by Chartier. Ball move. Duran has it. Duran up the near touchline. Duran, nifty move to trying to avoid pressure. Right back over to Chartier. Now down the near touchline. Racing over, trying to get across Pickett. That chipped right back out by Chartier into the middle third. Played back over and launched into the 18. Over to Dish. Over to Drishiak. Ball coming back over, now launched all the way down by Pickett. Laid down by Sowerby, now lofted, and that will go out the end line, almost right into the visitors' locker room there. Will be a goal kick here for Ann Arbor here in the 53rd minute. 1-1 is our score. Ann Arbor scored first in the 30th minute as Lima put it in. Then a penalty kick in the 38th minute by Phillip tied the game up. Moeller back over onto the far wing. Pearson sending it down the far touchline. Right back over. Now they're pulled away by Soga. Soga working his way through traffic over midfield. Soga trying to put it down onto the near wing. Over to Chartier. Chartier chips in. Is that? Oh, just goes wide to the far side. Drisiak diving and then decides to just avoid touching the ball as he realized it was going to go wide. Ball flipped over to McLeod. McLeod back over onto the near wing, over to Pondeka. Pondeka back over to Lloyd onto the far wing. Lloyd brings it up the pitch. Now back over to Pondeka. Pondeka feeds it right on the edge of the middle third. So right back over to McLeod. McLeod over to on the near wing, Pondeka. Pondeka bringing it up the near side of the pitch. Pondeka trying to move it ahead. Grab, trying to turn on it. There is Pickett. Pickett right out the near touch line. That's going to be a throw-in by Duran for Ann Arbor on the near touchline here in the 55th minute. 1-1 is our score. Lofted all the way down. Direction trying to get to it. That out the near touchline. That will be a throw-in for Ann Arbor. Valiant attempt by Pondeka to try and keep it out, but not quite able to. Durant hits it over. That ball played back and out the near touchline. Barhigina trying to keep it down. Played back over. Pondeka has it. Pondeka puts it into the 18 and trying to knock it down there. Good job by Drisiak to keep it from going in. Last thing anyone wants is an own goal at this point in time. Leroux down the far touchline. Good pressure back there as that's volleyed out into the middle third. Popped by Dahlman as Dahlman launches it back. Now Pearson trying to get in the way as Henry was again quickly coming down the near wing. Now go out the far touchline. Throw in there as Fisher will have it in the attacking third. Here in the 56th minute. 1-1 is our score. Fisher trying to loft it over, gets that over to Leroux. Leroux all the way over to Mimi. Mimi down the near side of the pitch, trying to arc it into the 18. That headed up and in, and that is a goal. As goal by Flint City. Trying to verify. That was number 21, Al Rashed, who put it in, and Flint City goes up 2-1 on AFC Ann Arbor. And here in the 57th minute.
Flint City Bucks goal scored by number 21, Abdul Al-Rashed.
Flint with their first lead of the game. Ann Arbor now down as they'll have to work to get this game level. Direction. Moves it back. Barhigina over to Soga. Down on the far wing. Soga sends it back to Sowerby. Sowerby back over to Barhigina. Barhigina trying to come through the middle third. Knocked down. Coming the other direction is Dahlman. Dahlman tangled up, and there's a whistle. You're in the 57th minute. Free kick as that is sent by Fisher all the way down onto the near wing in the edge of the 18. Moved right back over to Mimi. Mimi down onto the near wing, trying to move it over to Blama. Blama. That knocked away by Durant. Throw in on the near touchline. Mimi with the throw in. Mimi lofts it into the far corner. Soga trying to knock that away. Ball right across. And fired! And that goes just wide to the far side. That was a blast back there by Fisher, and that just didn't miss by much more than a foot to the far side. 2-1, Flint City with the lead here in the 58th minute. And Arbor needs the goal to get this game level. Trying to get back. Is Flint City able to beat Ann Arbor in the initial contest between the two back in Flint? Flint has it. Top of the attacking third, trying to spin. That shot went right off of a fellow player as Blama got a little friendly fire right off the bat. Coming ahead with it. Here comes Direction. Direction makes a move. Direction just outside the 18. That shot got knocked away by McLeod. All the way back, Mujica Garcia with it. Mujica Garcia putting it down on the far touchline. Grab there. Lima with it. Lima trying to cut across. Gets it all the way back to Soga. Soga comes down the far side of the pitch. Back over to Lima. Lima trying to get it across. Now here comes Durant. Durant races into the near corner. Durant looking for a cross. That knocked away. That will be throw in for Ann Arbor. Duran with it on the near touchline. Throw in, popped up, trying to get to it. Lima, play down Chartier, back to Lima. Lima gets it, and oh, that just goes just on the wrong side of the near post. That will be a goal kick here for Flint City. Good opportunity for Ann Arbor, but they just can't get it in the back of the net. Here in the 60th minute, 2-1, Flint City with the lead. Ball over on the far wing, over to McLeod. McLeod rolls it over to Pondeka. Pondeka up the near wing. Pondeka gets it back on a one-touch from Leroux. Pondeka back over to Leroux. Leroux battling back there with Chartier. Launched all the way back, headed up. Played down by Chartier. Volleyed, and that will go out. The near touchline throw-in for Flint City. Mimi with it. Mimi trying to get it ahead. Over to Leroux. Battle for it. Duran trying to get it over to Soga. That pulled away by Pickett. Pickett moves it over onto the far wing. Now coming up with it, Fisher. Fisher fires it all the way back deep. Dahlman trying to get to it. Grabbed by Pearson on the far wing. Pearson arcs it all the way back into the middle third. Ball rolled over. Pondeki gets it. Now coming ahead with it. Here comes Lima. Lima coming down the far side of the pitch. Lima racing, trying to get across. Lima trying to fire it, and that goes out the end line. That is going to be a corner for Ann Arbor here in the 61st minute. Big set piece here for Ann Arbor, trying to get this game level. Ball set right, ready for this short corner over to Soga. Soga gets it back to Lima. Lima arcs it, trying to get across. That popped up high, headed down by Flint. Then Fisher volleys it all the way into the middle third. Sowerby trying to head it back the other direction, picked up by Durant. Durant moves it over to Chartier. Chartier coming up the near side. Chartier gets it into the 18, and oh, a diving heading attempt by Direction. He didn't miss by much, as whew, that was an opportunity that just couldn't connect. That turns into a goal kick here. Oh, inches away from being an amazing play. Ball set. Chartier with a good service. Direction almost sending that one home. 2-1, Flint City with the lead here as substitutions.
Replacing number 8, Thiago Barragina, is number 22, Aaron Asamoah.
Barragina is replaced by Asamoah. That ball down, Chartier with it.
23, Antonio Mujica Garcia, is number 2, Chris Niker.
Mujica Garcia is replaced by Niker. Number 3. Ball all the way over onto that far wing. Bringing it ahead is Pearson. Pearson gets it back over onto the near wing to Lumage. Lumage back to Pearson. Both defenders have had a very good game. Pearson especially, a couple huge moments. That ball back over. Soga tracks it down into the middle third. Soga right over midfield. That brought ahead by Sowerby. Sowerby trying to get it over. That knocked away from Asamoah. Sowerby racing back trying to get to it. Here comes Flint. Fired ahead by Al Rashed. Now put ahead. Pearson again with a good job trying to knock it away. He's battling with a challenge from Leroux. Back over to Dahlman. Dahlman trying to settle it down. Dahlman fires it, but right to Moeller who picks it up. Quickly over onto the near wing to Chartier. Chartier up the near touchline, blasted ahead, racing over as that's chipped right back down into the middle third. Picked up over here by Pickett. That goes out the near touchline. Pickett down. He is in some pain. Pickett slow to get up. There's a whistle. Pickett makes his way up. Now we're a couple of degrees down. It was 82 degrees when the game started. It's 79 now, but with the humidity, it doesn't feel like it's lost a lick of heat. So it is a warm day here. Feels with the humidity probably warmer than some of the hotter days we've had. Over to Pearson. Pearson sends it right back over to Lumage. Lumage trying to feed it up into the middle third. Chartier trying to play it as that got stuck off the back and out the near touchline. Mimi. Quick throw in for Flint. Volleyed all the way back, headed up back over there by Dahlman. Played back over onto the far wing. Henry trying to move it ahead. Now Dahlman gets it back. Henry fires it. That good job getting in the way. I believe that was Lumage who blocked that and whistle down there. That is going to be Ann Arbor's ball. Quickly ahead to Soga. Soga races into the middle third. Soga sends it down the far touchline. Here comes Ann Arbor as they've launched it ahead, grabbing it. Direction on the edge of the 18. Direction trying to get it back over. Niker following him. Direction on the far touchline, trying to battle back there with Pondeka. Launch right back to Direction on the far touchline. Direction gets a crossover, but that out the end line. That will be a goal kick here for Flint here in the 65th minute. Now the 66th minute here from Hollway Field. That is actually going to be a corner for Ann Arbor as Lima set ready for this set piece for Ann Arbor, trying to get this game level. As the mighty Oak trying to get a level. Again, that kick over to Asamoah. Asamoah launches it, then deflected back to Asamoah. Asamoah, top of the 18. Over to Soga. Soga lofts a cross, and that just over the crossbar. That is going to be a goal kick here. Drisiak ready to kick it away. And bringing it ahead here is Pondeka. Pondeka over to McLeod. McLeod has it back. McLeod now over onto the near wing to Pondeka. Pondeka chips it, bringing it ahead. Now getting it back. McLeod now over onto the near wing. Here it comes, launching it ahead. As all the way back, and Duran lets it go right over to Moeller. Moeller over to Pearson. Pearson brings it up the far side of the pitch. Pearson moves it back over. Here comes Asamoah. Asamoah over to Lima. Lima chips it back over to Asamoah. Asamoah over midfield. Asamoah racing ahead. And stolen away. Chipped right back. Here comes Flint. Is trying to move it ahead. Is Blahman. As that will roll over as diving down. Moeller can't quite get to it. Now that lofted all the way across, and that will go out the end line. Goal kick there. As a good job by Moeller diving and driving Blahman wide there, and that gave the defense time to catch back up and create that goal kick. We are in the 68th minute. That ball ahead, headed back down by Pickett. Pickett gets it back. Pickett coming through the middle third, trying to move it over to Henry. Pickett back over onto the far touchline. Pickett lifts it back. Now that ball over on the far wing. Fisher back to Pickett. Back over McLeod. Over to Pondeka. Pondeka back over to McLeod. McLeod right up the center of the pitch, over midfield. McLeod stops there, back to Pondek on his own side of midfield, now all the way over on the near side to Mimi. Mimi racing through the middle third. Mimi trying to feed it ahead. Here comes Dahlman. Dahlman, oh, good job to dispossess him by Lumage. Going right into the middle third, picked up, moved over. Here comes Chartier. Chartier gets it over to Lumage, down over. Chartier trying to get to it. He's battling back over here with Mimi. And ball cross all the way, and that goes over to the far wing. Asamoah trying to get to it, but that headed away by Flint City. Out the far touchline, should be a throw-in by AFC Ann Arbor. Quick throw-in by Soga over to Sowerby. Sowerby moves it back over to Pearson on his own side of midfield. Pearson quickly over to Asamoah. Asamoah trying to avoid pressure. That chipped ahead over down onto the far wing. Pearson trying to move it over. Pressure by Henry. Henry with speed over there, providing a lot of difficulty over on that far wing. Headed back right into the middle third. Trying to pop it over was Al Rashed. Ball on the far touchline, now lofted towards the center of the pitch. Chipped over into the near corner, racing back to get it is Blama Blama. Outside the 18 on the near corner, Asamoah. Good challenge there. Brought right back over to Mimi. Mimi, top of the attacking third. That launched. Headed back right outside the 18, Soga with it. Soga moves ahead to Lima. Lima all the way down onto the far wing, racing ahead with it. Here comes Ann Arbor. As coming up the far wing, fired as coming over, that chipped all the way over by Duran. Laid down, and that will be grabbed right in the 18. That by Drishiak. Down on the pitch. Believe that's Lumage who's down in the 18. So he's going to need a little bit of treatment as the coming out is the trainer who you can tell how thirsty the team is as Lima didn't get him past the with the Gatorade. Lima grabbed that one. Nope, we got to hydrate here. We need a little bit more hydration to try and get this game level. So we'll have a good hydration break here as they try and stretch out direction. We want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of AFC Ann Arbor. That includes Diaza, the team apparel partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out the new 2024 jerseys available at the merch booth in youth, men's, and women's sizes. Wear the jersey the teams wears. You have one more opportunity to pick it up at the pitch. That will be on the 12th at 7 p.m. versus Lansing City. Otherwise, order it online and have it shipped directly to you. 3-in-1 Fitness, the fitness partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Check out 3-in-1 Fitness on South Industrial next to Revel and Roll. Train where the team trains. A couple people getting stretched out there. Still working on Dirac Gym. We want to thank the title sponsor, Bank of Ann Arbor. We want to thank Bank of Ann Arbor for their continued support. Bank of Ann Arbor is here to help. Wickfield Properties, the housing partner of AFC Ann Arbor. We want to thank Wickfield Properties for 9 years of support, housing the visiting players of AFC Ann Arbor. Working on that right leg of direction there. We want to thank the Ann Arbor District Library for their incredible support of the Mighty Oak and for all they do for the Ann Arbor community. Units Moving and Storage, the storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. As now, by the way, they mentioned it is 43 goals out there now, so that would be, what did I have the total at? 258 trees so far this season. Again, Units Moving and Storage, the storage partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Call Units Moving and Storage for your storage pod and moving needs. Visit unitstorage.com. Destination Ann Arbor and the Ann Arbor Sports Commission, the tourism partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Destination Ann Arbor supports our vibrant community by promoting Ann Arbor as a destination choice for travelers. Check them out at annarbor.com. Soccer Shots, the youth training partner of AFC Ann Arbor. Visit the Kids Play Area hosted by our friends from Soccer Shots. And finally, Ann Arbor with Kids, your go-to source for Ann Arbor family fun, find fun activities, events, and deals, and more family fun at AnnArborWithKids.com. So I believe direction out. Looks like we have... Oh, direction's still there. Did I have a mistake of who was down? That was, sorry, excuse me, that was Lumai, I believe, who was down. So direction's still out there. Lima out there. And replacing Gomez Ruiz has come in for Lumai. All the way over on the far touchline.
Replacing number 6, Romeo Lumage, is number 16, Edwin Gomez Ruiz.
Gomez Ruiz in for Lumai. That's going to be a foul and a kick by Flint in the middle third. They lofted it all the way into the defensive third as that collision there, and that will turn into a kick quickly for Ann Arbor as Durant was fouled. The ball over. Asamoah has it. Asamoah trying to feed it ahead. That ball back. Check top of the 18. Now fed over onto the far wing. Flint moves it back into the middle third. Over to Fisher. Fisher moves it down on that far wing. Stolen away as that chipped back. Coming ahead with it. Here comes Ann Arbor down the far touchline still. Working his way down is Niker. Niker trying to get it over the direction. That knocked away as Pondeka with it. It's a collision that's going to end up a foul, and that's a yellow card. It's our first card of the game. Over to Lima.
Yellow card on AFC Ann Arbor's number 21, Antonio Lima.
Here in the 75th minute, kick here by Drisiak. Drisiak spins it down, ready to boot it away. 2-1 Flint City with the lead. Ann Arbor trying to get things level, but they have to get possession back as the ball comes down. Good job to knock it right back into the middle third. Controlled back over by Mimi. Mimi sends it back over to Pondeka. Pondeka over onto the far wing to McLeod. McLeod puts it over to Fisher on the far touchline. Fisher, pressure coming back over there. Brought back. Again, that was Gomez Ruiz providing pressure over onto that far wing. Mimi on the near touchline. Moves it right back over to Pondeka. Pondeka over to McLeod. McLeod, center of the pitch, coming over onto the far wing. McLeod into the middle third. Lima over there to provide pressure. Dahlman trying to get to a collision with Pearson, and that's going to be a foul on Ann Arbor as quickly moved over. Trying to get it back deep. Good challenge by Sowerby, who knocks it out. Blama was right there. Really looked like Sowerby had position, but that's okay. That turns into a corner kick for Flint. Al-Rashid ready to boot this one away. Raises the right hand, left foot into it. As that comes over onto the far side, played down back over there. Knocked down, trying to feed it ahead. And chipped coming down with it. Here comes Ann Arbor. That poked away by Henry. Now go off the far touchline. Niker quickly with the throw it. Grabbed over by Pearson. Pearson rockets it into the middle third. Soga racing over to get it. Soga headed back away, played down. Asamoah with it. Asamoah moves it over. Here comes Soga. Soga cuts to his left. Soga trying to fire it across for a racing Lima, but that tipped away by Flint. Back over to Asamoah, played away, grabbing it back there, Leroux. Here in the 77th minute, there's a yellow card there, as that yellow card is going to Al-Rashid. So Al-Rashid goes into the book. As you can hear Flint's reaction to that. Chipped by Soga into the 18, headed right back out, down into the middle third. Soga tracks it down. Soga over on that far wing. Soga gets it ahead, coming over to it. Gomez Ruiz. And ball right into the 18, but over onto the near wing, grabbed over there by Leroux. Leroux down the near touchline, that goes out. Chartier with the throw in. Lureau down. Chartier with a nice sportsmanship. Love that. He goes over and gives a good handshake to Lureau. That's called a foul on Ann Arbor, though. Back to kick it away. Drisiak. Spins it further than was placed. That's okay. Launched all the way down, headed back up by Pearson. Racing back over, trying to get to it is Fisher. Fisher fires it, and all the way back into the far corner, racing over to get it. That grab by Drisiak. Drisiak now puts it down the far wing. That goes out the far touchline. It's going to be a throw in for Ann Arbor. Here in the 79th minute, 2-1, Flint with the lead. Back over, grabbing it. Now fired ahead by Asamoah, back. And moving it down, coming ahead with it. Here comes Direction. Direction trying to get it over to Chartier. Chartier with the cross. That fired, and oh, that just went high. As Gomez Ruiz got his foot on the ball, but it sailed on him. As that's going to be a goal kick for Flint. All over to Pondeka. Over to McLeod, over onto the far wing. Back the far touchline. Fisher. Fisher gets it right back over to McLeod. McLeod brings it towards the center of the pitch here in the 80th minute. Ball back over to Pondeka. Pondeka back over to McLeod. McLeod on that far wing. McLeod launches it, lofts it down far, headed back the other direction by Pearson. Played down, battle for it in the middle third. Soga trying to pull that away, knocked away by Lureau. Right into midfield. Soga battling back there. Soga lifts it over to Sowerby. Sowerby right back over to Pearson. Pearson sends it into the 18 over to Moeller. Moeller over down on the far touchline as Niker trying to get to it. That just out of his reach. That will be a throw-in back over there. I believe that's Phillip with the throw-in. 2-1, Flint City with the lead. Throw in by Fisher on the far touchline. Ann Arbor 10 minutes before stoppage time to get this game level. Ball control, Flint City, top of the attacking third. That launched right back into the middle third. Out the far touchline. Fisher will come back to throw it in. Fisher in no hurry. Fisher lofts it down. Pearson heads it that right out the far touchline again, right at the trainer. Doing some work back there over on Lumage. Throw in by Flint City, played down. Trying to get around it here as that will go out the end line. That's going to be a corner, battling down there, trying to get that around, get that away from Blama. Quick goal kick over as Sowerby comes up the near side of the pitch. Sowerby over to Asamoah. Asamoah back over to Moeller. Moeller over on the near wing to Sowerby. Sowerby, three attackers providing pressure for Flint City. Oh, all the way down. Niker has it on the far touchline. Niker trying to get past the defender into the middle third. Niker racing over midfield, lofting it down, trying to get the direction, but that knocked down by Leroux. Right into the middle third. Racing ahead. Here comes Flint. As that's sent ahead, here comes Blama. Blama fires, and that will go wide. As a ball comes, couple balls come over to Moeller. I'll let one of the other ball players get that, as that ball will come out where the offside was. Here in the 83rd minute, Sowerby ready to send this. Sowerby lifts it down the pitch, headed right back into the middle third. Henry trying to get to it, played over to Pearson. Pearson up the far side. Pearson trying to move it over. Now grabbed. Here comes Soga. Soga into the attacking third. Soga over to Chartier. Chartier outside the near touchline. Chartier trying to loft it over. Loose in the 18. That popped right back over onto the far wing. Henry trying to get it out. Popped up high by Niker. Niker. And headed back. Now Asamoah trying to hold it into the attacking third. Asamoah battling back over there with Leroux. Still trying to get to it. And ball, Gomez Ruiz over to Chartier. Chartier. Offside, that will come right back. Just about 17 yards inside of the attacking third for Ann Arbor here in the 84th minute, 2-1. Flint City with the lead. Ann Arbor needs a goal to get this game level. Now they will head down the pinch, Flint will, and they will make a substitution, as I believe that was Dahlman coming out. Coming in would be Yurda. Now Drishiak set to kick this away. Right foot into it. We'll kick it again. Here in the 85th minute, Flint taking plenty of time here. Right foot ratcheted all the way down the pitch, headed up back there by Pearson, then volleyed right back into the attacking third. Sowerby plays it down, trying to move it over to Soga. Soga right in the middle of the pitch. Soga launches it down direction, trying to get past the defense, and picked up back there by McLeod. Ball out, down on the far touchline, trying to keep it in. Gomez Ruiz, that goes out the far touchline. Throwing back there by Flint. Fisher on the far touchline. Fisher looks down the pitch. Fisher arcs it down, headed up by Niker. That goes out. Again, there'll be another throw in for Flint right in the middle third. Fisher again with the throw in, just shy of midfield. The ball headed up into the attacking third. Henry coming down with it. Pearson coming to watch him.
Number 20, Eskil Yurda replaces number 21, Abdul Al-Rashid.
So Abdul Al-Rashid, was the one that Yurda came in for. All the way over onto the near side of the pitch. Mimi with it. Mimi. Soga stealing it away. Soga getting ahead to Chartier. Chartier coming ahead onto the near side of the pitch. Chartier trying to feed it ahead. That grabbed his direction. Trying to get to it. He collides there with Bondeka. Out the near touchline. That will be a throw-in for Ann Arbor. As here at the 60 or 86th minute, Samoa ahead, trying to turn on it. Direction ends up down on the pitch. That's going to be a whistle. As Mimi getting right in the way, then the ball thrown back over by McLeod, trying to take more time. It's a little gamesmanship there. Soga back, ready to kick it away. Oh, they'll let Chartier come over. So he'll get that ball set just inside the attacking third. There's the kick into the 18, headed up by Flint. Now Niker trying to get to it, played down, popped over. Here comes Duran. Duran launches it, and that goes wide to the near side. Is there a foul? Looking as there was a foul there. There's going to be another kick here by Ann Arbor. That will be a corner kick, so another set piece here, so that went out off of Flint. Chartier here with the corner as we are 3 minutes away from stoppage time. Chartier arcs it over, headed up by Pearson, and grabbed, headed point blank, and Drishiak saves a goal and keeps the Flint with the 1-goal lead. Boy, that looked like it was going level, and not the case. Beautiful, beautiful work in the 18 by Drisiak. Rolls it over onto the far wing again. 2.5 minutes here from stoppage time. Let you know if we hear how much stoppage time as Sowerby trying to move it ahead. Here comes Asamoah. Asamoah trying to launch it down. And just out of Lima's reach. And go right over to Drisiak in the 18. He'll collapse on it. That ball fed ahead as we are 2 minutes away from stoppage time. Durant over to Asamoah. Asamoah feeds it over to Sowerby on the near wing. Sowerby back into the middle third. Sowerby trying to get it over. That fired ahead. Direction. That went right off of. Yellow card to Direction.
Yellow card on AFC Ann Arbor's number 13, Andrew Direction.
So Direction picks up a yellow card, minute and a half now. Is that Podeka? Yeah, Podeka. Moves it over, gets it back. Podeka over onto the near wing, over to Mimi. Mimi trying to loft it ahead. And grabbed. Here comes Blama. Blama coming over as he got caught up with Chartier. And it's going to be a kick here for Flint in the attacking third as we are 45 seconds away. And again, Flint taking as much time as they can to make everything happen here. Mimi back to kick it away. 30 seconds left before stoppage time. Lofted all the way over to the far wing. Sent all the way back. Henry looking for it. That goes out the far touchline. Popped up. Now headed down by Gomez Rumiz over to Chartier. Chartier up the near side of the pitch. As we are now in stoppage time. We'll let you know if we hear how much. Dahlman with it. Dahlman trying to launch it across. That headed back up by Pearson. Soga moves it over onto the near side of the pitch. Grabbed over there by Mimi. Mimi. Back. Grabbed. Coming ahead with his Yurda. Yurda. All the way over onto the far side to Fisher. Fisher trying to move it down. 4 minutes of stoppage time. We're about 20 seconds into that. 2-1 here. Flint City with the lead. And Arbor would love to get it level, but Mimi trying to launch it into the 18. Niker trying to play it down off the body. That over. Flint trying to get it over, and that goes out the end line. It's going to be a corner. That ball lofted high over onto the near wing. And actually went over the end line. That's going to be a goal kick for Ann Arbor. We are about 1:13 into 4 minutes of stoppage time, at least 4 minutes of stoppage time. Chipped ahead by Moeller all the way down, right to midfield, sent right back. Here comes Flint City. Pearson trying to stick with Henry. Henry with speed. Pearson chips it all the way down and out the far touchline. Henry ready to throw it in, trying to get it over to Dahlman. Nyker over there. That goes out the end line. That will be a goal kick. We are halfway through stoppage time. Well, a minimum of 2 more minutes of stoppage time. Ann Arbor down by a goal. They're desperate to get this game leveled. Moeller launches it into the middle third. That headed back, played down over onto the far wing as Nyker trying to get it ahead. Here comes Ann Arbor down the far touchline. Soga Fires it all the way down into the attacking third. That will go right back over as trying to get to it. Racing back was Gomez Ruiz as that goes out the end line. That'll be a goal kick here. About a minute and a half left at minimum of stoppage time. Drisiak takes it on the 6. Drisiak. And moves it over onto the near side, taking a few extra seconds. Drisiak gets back. Flint would love to bleed every second they can from this game. And Drisiak. Low line drive over midfield. Asamoah played it down. Now that fired all the way back into the 18. Moeller will grab it on a bounce. Right in front of him was LaRoe. Moeller over to Sowerby. Sowerby comes ahead. About 50 seconds left at least of stoppage time, if not a little bit more. Right back into the 18. Moeller grabs it there. Moeller heads out to the edge of the 18. Moeller sends it down the pitch. And headed up back over the other direction by Pickett. Played down. Asamoah had it now. Trying to pull it away. There was direction. That sent right back into the defensive third. Henry trying to get to it. Picked up by Moeller. Moeller quickly throws it down over to Niker. Niker coming up the near wing. At least 15 seconds more of stoppage time. Niker trying to chip it ahead. Here comes Direction. Direction trying to get past the defense. Played back. Now fired right back into the middle third. Played down, headed back over there by Ann Arbor. And there are the whistles. That is the game. As Flint stays undefeated with a 2-1 win. A penalty kick on contact in the 18. That turned into a goal, and then a goal in the 57th minute. The winning goal was by Al Rashid in the 57th minute. Ann Arbor started the scoring with Lima at the 30th minute. Again, the next game that AFC Ann Arbor will play will be Sunday, 7 p.m. at Michiana. Then their last home game will be the 12th at 7 p.m. versus Lansing City football. We would love to see you here for that game. Please come on down. One more opportunity to see this game play. For our camera people, Christina Wiseman and James Wiseman, our director, Mike Butler, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you very much for your support of either of these two teams. Have a fantastic holiday and a great holiday weekend, and we'll see you back on the 12th. Take care, everybody.